Have you ever wondered why the future seems out of reach, but the past stays in your mind like it just happened? Here's something most people don't know. Your brain is not built to experience time as it truly is. Ancient scriptures hinted at it, and now quantum physics supports it. Time is not a straight line. Consider this. When you look at the stars, you're seeing light that left those celestial bodies millions of years ago. That star might not even exist anymore, yet its light still reaches your eyes. Are you seeing the past, or are you living in it? In today's video, we'll uncover why everything you've been taught about time is wrong, the mind-bending truths hidden in ancient wisdom, and the groundbreaking science proving we've misunderstood reality all along. By the end, your concept of time will never be the same. Ready to dive deeper? Let's begin. Part 1. The illusion of linear time. From the moment we learn to tell time, our understanding of it is framed as linear. A ticking clock, an endless march from the past to the present and into the future. This idea of time as a straight, unbroken line is so deeply ingrained in our lives that it feels like an undeniable truth. We measure progress by this line, plan our lives around it, and perceive our personal stories as chapters unfolding in a chronological order. But what if this understanding of time is fundamentally flawed? Ancient teachings and cutting-edge science alike suggest that linear time is a construct, a convenient illusion to help us navigate reality, but not the ultimate truth. Take, for example, the Upanishads, a collection of Hindu scriptures dating back thousands of years. They describe time as a unified whole, where past, present, and future coexist. In one passage, they liken time to a vast ocean, where every ripple and wave exists simultaneously, interconnected and inseparable. Imagine looking at the surface of the ocean and seeing only one wave at a time. That's how limited our perception of time is. Even in Western philosophy, the notion of linear time has been questioned. The Greek philosopher Parmenides argued that time and change are illusions. In his view, reality is a single, unchanging block, where everything that has ever happened or will ever happen exists simultaneously. Modern physics seems to support this idea. Einstein's theory of relativity shattered the notion of universal time by showing that time is not constant. It bends, stretches, and warps depending on gravity and speed. This phenomenon, known as time dilation, is not just theoretical. It's been observed in real life. Astronauts who spend extended periods in space return to Earth, having aged slightly less than those who stay behind, due to the effects of gravity on time. Quantum physics takes this even further. At the subatomic level, particles behave in ways that defy our common-sense understanding of time. They don't simply move from one point to another. Instead, they exist in a state of superposition, where multiple outcomes are possible at once. Experiments with quantum entanglement suggest that information can travel instantaneously across vast distances, seemingly ignoring the flow of time altogether. Ancient cultures seem to intuit these ideas long before modern science came into the picture. The Mayan civilization, for instance, developed intricate calendars that reflected their understanding of time as a cyclical and multidimensional concept. The Maya didn't view time as a simple sequence of days and years. They saw it as a living entity, with cycles that influenced not just the physical world, but the spiritual realm as well. Even our modern obsession with clocks and calendars might be blinding us to the deeper truths of time. Consider this. The way we measure time, hours, minutes, seconds, is entirely artificial. Before the invention of mechanical clocks, people lived by natural rhythms. The rising and setting of the sun, the changing of the seasons, and the cycles of the moon. They experienced time as something fluid and organic, not rigid and linear. The implications of this understanding are profound. If time is not linear, then the boundaries between past, present, and future begin to blur. What we think of as the past may still exist, and what we call the future may already be happening. This perspective can change the way we live, helping us break free from the relentless march of time and embrace the present moment as part of a greater whole. Part 2. The cyclical nature of time. If linear time is an illusion, what's the alternative? For many ancient cultures, the answer lies in cycles. They believe that time doesn't move in a straight line, but instead unfolds in repeating patterns. Much like the cycles of nature, the sun rises and sets, the moon waxes and wanes, and the seasons shift in an eternal dance. These cycles are not just external. They are deeply woven into the fabric of existence. One of the most profound examples of this cyclical view comes from Hindu philosophy, which describes time as an endless series of kalpas, cosmic cycles of creation and destruction. Each kalpa lasts billions of years and is divided into smaller cycles known as yugas. According to this belief, humanity progresses through 4 yugas: the Satya Yuga, the age of truth, the Treta Yuga, the Dvapara Yuga, and finally the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness. At the end of the Kali Yuga, the cycle begins anew. This cyclical understanding of time is not merely philosophical. It reflects a deep awareness of the rhythms of nature and the cosmos. The Greek concept of the Ouroboros, a serpent devouring its own tail, offers another striking representation of cyclical time. This ancient symbol embodies the idea of eternal return, where beginnings and endings are one and the same. The Ouroboros teaches us that every conclusion is also a rebirth, and every loss is a precursor to renewal. Even in the natural world, cycles govern life. Consider the changing seasons. Winter, with its barren landscapes, seems to mark an ending, yet it's merely the prelude to spring's vibrant rebirth. The same is true of the human body, which constantly renews itself through cycles of cell regeneration. On a cosmic scale, stars are born, die, and give rise to new stars, perpetuating the cycle of creation and destruction. Modern science has begun to echo these ancient ideas. The theory of eternal inflation suggests that our universe is part of an infinite cycle of expansions and contractions. Similarly, the second law of thermodynamics describes how energy transforms within closed systems, reinforcing the notion that nothing is truly lost. Everything is recycled. What can we learn from these cycles? They remind us that life is not a linear journey with a clear beginning and end. Instead, it is a series of interconnected moments, each part of a greater whole. When we align ourselves with these natural rhythms, we can find balance and harmony, even in the face of change. By understanding time as a cycle, we gain a new perspective on our place in the universe. We are not isolated beings moving toward an inevitable end. We are participants in a grand, eternal dance of creation and renewal. This realization can free us from the fear of endings and inspire us to embrace every moment as a vital part of the cosmic cycle. Part 3. Scientific insights, modern theories aligning with ancient knowledge. In the grand tapestry of human understanding, science and ancient wisdom have often been seen as opposing threads. Yet, when we delve deeply into the mysteries of time, we find striking parallels between the teachings of sages and the theories of physicists. This convergence is not only fascinating but also transformative, challenging us to rethink the very nature of reality. One of the most profound scientific revelations about time came from Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. Before Einstein, time was viewed as absolute, a steady, unchanging backdrop against which the events of the universe unfolded. However, relativity shattered this illusion, revealing that time is fluid, flexible, and inseparable from space. Together, they form a four-dimensional continuum known as space-time. Einstein's equations demonstrated that massive objects like planets and stars warp the fabric of space-time, creating what we perceive as gravity. This warping also affects time itself, causing it to slow down near massive bodies. For instance, clocks aboard satellites in orbit tick slightly faster than those on Earth, a phenomenon that must be accounted for in GPS technology. Now, consider how this aligns with ancient teachings. The Indian Vedas describe time kala as an ever-changing flow influenced by cosmic forces and cycles. Similarly, ancient Egyptian beliefs held that time could be bent or altered under specific spiritual conditions, a notion echoed in modern physics. These teachings suggest an intuitive understanding of the malleability of time long before science provided mathematical proof. But relativity is only the beginning. Quantum mechanics, the science of the very small, adds another layer of intrigue. The principle of quantum entanglement, where two particles remain connected regardless of the distance between them, seems to defy the traditional concept of time. When one particle is altered, its twin reacts instantaneously, as if they exist outside the constraints of time and space. Ancient mystics might recognize this as a manifestation of the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, which suggests that all things are interconnected in ways beyond our comprehension. Perhaps the most thought-provoking modern theory is the block universe model. According to this idea, time doesn't flow as we experience it. Instead, the past, present, and future all coexist within a single, unchanging structure. This view aligns eerily with the Hindu concept of Brahman, the eternal reality where all moments exist simultaneously. It also resonates with the teachings of the ancient Greeks, such as Parmenides, who described time as an illusion and reality as a unified, timeless whole. Even the notion of alternate timelines, often relegated to the realm of science fiction, finds a home in both ancient and modern thought. The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics suggests that every decision creates a branching timeline, a parallel universe where different outcomes play out. Ancient Hindu philosophy speaks of infinite Brahmandas or cosmic eggs, each representing a different version of reality. Could these be early expressions of the same concept? Cosmology, too, offers insights that bridge the gap between ancient and modern understandings of time. The idea of a cyclical universe, where the cosmos expands and contracts in endless cycles, mirrors the Hindu belief in the kalpas, vast periods of creation and destruction. Even the Mayan calendar, with its intricate cycles, hints at an understanding of time far more sophisticated than linear progression. But what does all this mean for us? Modern physics and ancient wisdom both invite us to see time not as a rigid sequence of events, but as a dynamic, interconnected phenomenon. They challenge us to move beyond the limited perception of time as a ticking clock and embrace a more expansive, multidimensional view. These parallels between ancient and modern perspectives are not mere coincidences. They suggest that humanity has always sought to unravel the mysteries of time, guided by intuition, observation, and inquiry. By recognizing the alignment between scientific theories and spiritual teachings, we gain not only a deeper understanding of time, but also a profound sense of connection to the universe, to each other, and to the timeless truths that transcend our fleeting existence. So, as you ponder the nature of time, consider this. What if the ancient sages and modern scientists are both revealing different facets of the same profound truth? What if time is not a river flowing forward, but an ocean in which we are all immersed, each of us navigating its depths in our unique way? The implications are staggering. reshaping how we perceive reality, our place in the cosmos, and the potential that lies within us. Time, it seems, is not just a mystery to solve, but a portal to understanding the infinite. Conclusion: a journey beyond the clock. Time is perhaps the most enigmatic force in the universe. It governs our lives, shapes our experiences, and yet it remains one of the greatest mysteries. From ancient wisdom to cutting-edge science, we are beginning to see that time is far more complex than the ticking hands of a clock. What if the past and future are not separate from the present but coexist with it? What if every moment of our lives is part of an eternal, interconnected web? These questions challenge us to step outside the confines of linear thinking and explore time as it truly is, a profound, multidimensional phenomenon that defies our conventional understanding. By embracing this deeper perspective, we can free ourselves from the tyranny of the clock and live in greater harmony with the rhythms of the universe. So, the next time you glance at your watch or plan your day, remember, time is not your master. It is your companion on a journey that transcends the boundaries of past, present, and future. And as always, if this video sparked a new way of seeing the world, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Hidden Truths. Let's continue exploring the mysteries of existence together. Until next time, stay curious.